I'm joined now by immigration lawyer Neena Dutta. She is principal attorney at Dutta Law Firm in New York. Neena, advocates of this move say it would resemble Canada's immigration, which sets aside about 63% of its green cards based on economic point system. And a Pew Research poll found a majority of Americans actually favor a merit-based system. So tell me what you think is wrong with this bill.
So with a merit-based system, and when you look at the Canadian system, although they get a lot of things right, one of the problems is there isn't a job at the end of it. So you're giving someone carte blanche to come in, but there's not necessarily a guaranteed job. That seems to be the opposite of what they're promising.
So give me a sense of what's going on here. Some of the people who are critical of this say the measure was introduced 6 months ago. There's no vote scheduled on this legislation. It doesn't seem to have widespread support. Even some Republican senators, Arizona Senator John McCain and South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, seem like likely opponents. So why come out in favor of this when it seems doomed? What's the calculus here?
I think that they're making the big ask. This is the beginning of the negotiation table, and next will come something that's more palatable to them and perhaps more palatable to all the interested parties. But this is such an extreme bill. When we're talking about trying to slash illegal immigration, the way to do that is to have more controls and to have more legal immigration. If you're going to cut the numbers in half, how on earth are you going to get buy-in from people? You need to encourage people to join the line, make sure that they're filling out the paperwork. If you have fewer visas, fewer opportunities, you're putting people at in a much worse place.
It's interesting. One of the senators is from the state of Georgia. I just picked up this piece from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. The headline, I'll just read the headline to you. This was actually from last year. Losses grow for Georgia farmers waiting on feds to okay foreign workers. You can find a lot of these kinds of stories online. This would hurt a lot of the red states that Trump appeals to. Talk to me about what you see as the outcome of something like this, if it were to go through, when you have agriculture that depends on a lot of these workers coming from Mexico.
I think if this goes through, you're going to see the price of produce go up. Who wants to pay for a $20 strawberry? You're going to start to see farms, really, American farms, really affected. And when you look at the people who have sponsored this bill, let's look at Senator Perdue. He himself worked for Sara Lee, a Canadian started company. The CEO is Canadian. Hagar, a Lebanese immigrant, started that company. He has benefited, and he doesn't want other people to benefit from the great economic opportunities that immigrants bring to this country.
We've heard so much about the wall, the so-called Muslim ban, and now this move. Is this just basically President Donald Trump playing to his base?
I think so. If I had one positive thing to say to this, at least it's not an ad hoc law. One positive thing is that they're actually going through the proper bill process. I don't think it's going to work because there's so many flaws to it.
All right, Neena Dutta, we'll leave it there. Joining us from New York Live, thanks so much for your observations.